Good evening, everyone. How
Hi
are
there.
you? We are here live. The last time we came live together, we were at Karen's house when we went to Maryland to pick up Winston, and now we are here. She is now up here in Michigan with me, hanging out with me for the next 48 hours or so. And yes, we have Winston here. Those of you guys who saw the pictures I posted earlier, Winston came for the trip too, which is always super fun. You know, when you have a puppy. My dogs didn't quite know what to do with Winston in the beginning, but now they like him once they got used to the idea that there is another creature in this house, and I think it sort of freaked them out in the beginning of that here we had another little invader in the house. But they ended up liking him, and actually they were sort of ignoring him, and he kept pouncing on them.
Yes.
So it was fun. They're gonna they'll have fun this weekend, and my kids are super excited to get to meet Winston and to play with him. They didn't want to go to bed because they just wanted to play with the puppy. So that's always fun. But tonight we are here to talk to you about the difference, or is there a difference? And that's actually a question that I want to throw out to you. Is there a difference between a decision and a choice? Right? That is that's a big question, and it's something actually we were discussing at dinner tonight. There were, several of us eating dinner together. Hey, Francie. Hey, Micah. If you're on here live, put hashtag live, and if you were catching this in the replay, put hashtag replay. Because I can see numbers of people that are up there. Hey, Gail. I can see numbers of people that are up there, but I can't see faces, especially when we hold it this way. It's even harder for me to see faces. So, but tonight we're talking about the difference, or is there a difference between a decision and a choice? And I would love to hear, Francie, I can see you're up there, and don't cheat because I know you know the answer to this. But everybody else who is watching right now, if you want to throw it in the comments, if you think that there is a difference, or if it's the same thing as a decision and a choice the same. Karen, what do you think?
You want me to say?
No, we'll say what before our conversation where you came in from earlier.
Well, I feel like I spend a lot of my time making choices during, in my life. And I don't, without, I'm trying not to give it away, but I don't always make decisions. Although before this conversation that we had, I would have said everything I do on a regular basis is making decisions in my daily life. So I kind of got a new way of thinking about it tonight when we were having this conversation. My feelings have changed, and without giving the answer any further away, I feel like I felt like that I make decisions all the time. Throughout the day, I feel like I make hundreds of decisions every day. But through our discussion, I realized that's not necessarily the case.
So, what would you have thought before the discussion would be one of the decisions that you would be making?
What I'm choosing to wear in the morning. What if I'm choosing to deciding to do exercise that day or go for a walk? If I am deciding to take some time for myself and read a book. Those are things that I would decide on an everyday basis. I make decisions on how I'm going to drive to get from my house to the grocery store. There's different routes I can take. So, I'm constantly, and we all constantly have those kinds of decisions or choices to make throughout our day.
Right, absolutely. So the conversation that we were having tonight, which was pretty eye-opening, and I've talked about this a little bit before, because this is a concept that I've sort of adapted and pulled in, but the rest of the people in the conversation hadn't really thought about it this way. And the truth is, a lot of those things, as Karen was saying, are really actually choices, right? A decision, though, is something that once you decide it, once you make that decision, there is no choice within that. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it, right? So the things that Karen was talking about were choices, right? She had some choices. She's got a choice as to what to wear, right? She made a decision that she's getting dressed, right? She's not going to walk around naked.
Not this week, at least.
The first live video. So she made the decision that she was going to get dressed. Now within that decision, she obviously clothing wise has some choices, right? and those will be based on the weather. Those might be based on where she's going that day. There's right certain things she's got some choices within there, but there is no choice in the fact that she's going to get dressed for the day. Yeah, that's where you've got choices within that. But a true decision eliminates out choice, right? So when we're talking about an eating plan, right? If you decide that you are going to follow a specific eating plan, right? When I decide I'm going to follow a specific eating plan, hey Irina, there is no choice in what I'm having, right? If I am, you know, decide when I decide that this is my plan, I don't have a choice. I don't have, those things that might be calling my name. There's no choice to have them because that's not part of my plan, right? So that's the strong difference between a decision and a choice, right? A decision is there's no wavering. So when we were talking about this tonight, we were talking about it in the idea of setting a goal, right? If you set a goal that you're going to do something, you're going to get it done, right? There's no choice in whether you do the steps to get there, right? You may not hit that goal, but you're going to do all the action steps that you need to do to get there. So I've talked about structural tension before, right? Where I don't know how many of you remember this, and if you don't, you can ask about what structural tension is, but where the structural tension, if you're drawing a structural tension chart, you have what your current reality is at the bottom of the chart, and you have where you want to go at the top of the chart. And the last time I showed this with a rubber band. And in that, you put the steps, all the different steps you're going to take to get to that from where you are now up to your goal, right? Those steps inside of there, there's no choice in that because those are the steps, those are the things that you have to do to reach your goal, right? No choices in there. These are what you're going to do. Right, Karen, you want to chime in here a little bit with your thoughts?
Yeah. So, and as we were having this conversation, I realized that a lot of things that I do that I would have coming into it thought were decisions, and this is what I said before, are really truly actually choices because there are things that have different options, different ways, different paths I can do them. I don't have to do it a certain way. But I came up here to visit, but that was not my only goal. As much as I love visiting and I love seeing my nieces and nephew, and
I'm chopped liver.
and yeah, she is. But well, I had just seen these last week. But as much as I love seeing them and spending time with them, there was a special training that that is going on tomorrow, and I made the decision that I was going to come to that training. It was important to me for.
Is that better, Irina, when we pull it closer? Tell me if that's better.
So I made the decision that I was going to come. I made this decision 6-8 weeks ago. And since then, I got a new puppy, who I knew was coming, but I didn't really know when he would be here and all of that. And because I had made that decision to come up and to come to this training, I couldn't leave the puppy at home. And but because I had made it a decision and it wasn't just a choice, sure, I could have chosen to not come if it was a choice. But because I had made the decision to do it, I had to figure out the way to do it, how I was going to do it, so that I could do it.
So we now have another puppy in our house.
So there is another puppy. It was very funny because several of her neighbors wanted to know if they got a third dog. I said no.
I think they were a little worried because we had, for those of you who don't know, we have two very large dogs, two Newfoundlands. Bring Karen closer. Is that better, Irina? But they're closer.
Do you want to get back closer? Kind of scary.
This is what happens when we go live together and it's late at night. But there wasn't a decision. And when she called me and she said, I don't know, what should I do? I said, bring Winston. Gail, you're also saying the sound is not good. I don't know why my sound. It shouldn't be. Let's see. My volume is up. I don't know why. Let's see if this is any better. I know this feels really close. But there was not like you were concerned about the sound. I'm not sure I'm following that, Irina. So there wasn't a choice in there, right? Karen had made a commitment. Karen had said she was going to do this, and when she said to me, I don't know that I can come. How am I going to do this with Winston? And I said, you made a decision. We're going to make this work. It was not just you, Ariana. Is it better though? Does it sound better? Give me a thumbs up if it sounds better. So we together, she had made a decision, so we were going to work together to come up with our plan as to how she was going to come here, and it was easy. It was no brainer. She brings the dog up here, right? I'm a dog lover, so that was no big deal, and my kids are thrilled because just as I'm chopped liver to her, basically right now they're chopped liver. She's chopped liver to them because all they care about is the dog. But it's when we make a decision, when we decide we're going to do something, there's no choice in that, right? When I decide I'm going to stay on my plan, there's no choice. I'm going to stay on my plan, right? There's one way or the other. And that really goes to every single thing that we do in our lives, right? When we decide we want something, we truly make a decision, there's no choice, right? When you leave the wiggle room for choice in there, you haven't made a decision. Actually, you've pretty much made a decision that you're going to give yourself an out. That's really what that does when you start playing wiggle room. Now, Karen's example of taking, which route to take to the grocery store, right? So she has a choice, but her end result, the decision was made that she's going to the grocery store, right? How she gets there might vary. Might vary on traffic, might vary on if she has to make another stop along the way, whatever that is. But that decision is the end goal. That decision is where she's going to, that was the same thing. She made the decision to come here this weekend, right? And how she was going to get here and how she was going to make it work, we had to play with that. We had to figure that out, right? So that's where it is figuring out your end game and then figuring out how you're going to have to get there. And the choices may come in between, but sometimes there is no choice. You eliminate the choice of not doing something because you've decided that you're going to do it. I'll tell you, this training that we're doing tomorrow, I'm super excited about it, and it was something that was given to me as a very special opportunity to do. And we're going in, for those of you who know, so Friday goes into the Sabbath. So Fridays are always hard days. But not only is it the Sabbath tomorrow, but then we go into a 2-day holiday that starts right after the Sabbath. It starts Saturday night. So we'll go Sabbath and into a 2-day holiday, right? Which has the same restrictions to us as the Sabbath, which means that we're offline for 2 days. We don't cook, we don't do all this stuff, which means I have to prepare for 3 days like Sabbath days, right? For tomorrow. Normally, I wouldn't take a day and go do a training on a day like that. I know, Irina, we're going to miss you. I wouldn't take a day to go to a training like that, but this was such an amazing opportunity that I made a decision that with the even with the craziness of the holiday, I was going to make sure that this training happened because not only was it for me, but it was for a whole bunch of other people that I could offer this opportunity to. So I made a decision to make it happen. And so my challah, which I usually bake on Friday, is in the kitchen rising now, right? While that's doing, I'm gonna stay up late tonight and lack on my healthy sleep, which isn't great, but I have a 3-day holiday that I can catch up over it. But so that I can get stuff cooked and so I can get stuff prepared so I can have this awesome training tomorrow and be able to give this to myself and to all the, to the other people that have been invited. So it's really, that's the key though, is we got to figure out in our lives what's really important and make that decision to make it happen. And then there's no looking back, right? And then we grab onto it and we run with it and we make it happen. Right, Karen, you want to throw
Yeah,
out?
I just, for me, having that discussion, I'm going to get close enough so that you can hear. But for me, having that discussion tonight really changed my whole way of thinking about everything that I do because I don't want to be someone who is only making choices in my life that allows me to not follow through or to not meet the goals that I want to meet. So, thinking about that and really thinking about what I want and the things that are important to me, the things that I want, making sure that I am, when I say I'm going to do it, that there is no wiggle room and that I get from point A to point B and I'm successful doing that. And so it's just changed just in the last few hours since this conversation, it's changed my whole way of thinking about a number of different things. So, I really found that super helpful.
It's really a powerful concept. Like let it marinate in your brain. Now that you're hearing this, I can guarantee you're gonna think and think and think about this. About what are you doing in your life that is, are you following through with the decisions that you're making? right? Really think on this, and I would love to hear feedback from you. I would love to hear how this is, what you think about this, and how many of the things in your life are just a choice, to give yourself some outs, right? So somebody who was part of the conversation tonight, we were having this conversation, and you know, sometimes we let ourselves off the hook because we haven't really made a full decision. We've made a choice, and then we get, we set a goal that's sort of a wishy-washy goal. And the person who said this was on before, she's not on now, and I'm sure she'll come back on. And she knows we have this conversation all the time. It's a wishy-washy goal, right? And sorry, Gail. Is this better when I come closer? It was a so if you don't want a wishy-washy goal, you want to know where you're going, and then make and then go for it, right? Don't hold yourself back. Don't use excuses. Just go. Since the sound isn't very good, we're gonna say goodnight. I hope that closer is a little bit better. And if you have questions on this for what you put here, let me know. Maybe we'll come back live tomorrow and we'll give you some more. We'll give you some more good stuff. Some little tidbits, something that we get out of our training tomorrow, because I can guarantee there's gonna be gold all day long from this training. So have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow. We'll be back at some point live tomorrow afternoon. Have a great night.
Good night.
See you later. Bye.